Good morning, everybody. Well, it's an exciting day, and it feels like summer. Spring is here, and I'm going to be showing you. Hi, Maggie. And Maggie's here. She just come out from a run. You were out in the backyard, weren't you? Anyway, we are going to show you a video of everything today. So you get to see our new patio that is finished except the blinds. The blinds have not arrived yet, but they will be going up. And the greenhouse where there have been some big major changes. And a tour from outside at the road to the back to the greenhouse. All the orchids that have been flowering since February and how they're still doing, and what I am doing to keep them nice and humid through this very dry weather. First we had a dry winter because it's cold and the heater's on. And now we've had a dry spring because very little rain in our area and the lake is very dry. So I'm going to give you a tour, and it's going to get started right away with the orchids. Oh yes, and I forgot the garage sale find. We were garage sailing, and I saw this two-piece cabinet. I have to show you. It was not very far, maybe a 15-minute drive from where we live. This was the bottom piece in mint condition with a little tray that actually lifts off, but I use it differently. And the top came with it. It's so in perfect condition. And it doesn't take up a lot of space. I had a different cabinet here. So $60 for the two pieces, everybody. I couldn't resist it. Did we need anything? No, but you know, I love it and I enjoy it every day. $60, solid wood, mint condition, very old. Okay, so I forgot about that one. Now, the orchids that have been blooming since about the end of February, some were out the middle of February. So, and a view of some of the other plants. So, I have the humidifiers on to help. There's lots of roots and new growth appearing. It's their watering day tomorrow, so you can see it's dry, but they're happy. And this orchid has lots of new bulbs coming. Of course, I bring down the blinds during the heat. This is the one that did get a slow start because it had lost a leaf where I thought it was getting fungus, and I cut it off just to be sure, and it was a slow start. But this orchid goes back to way back when I did the salmon arm garden video, way back. I could put a note to it. So it's had a long life already. Now this one is finished. I cut it back. I left because it seemed pretty good. I've left it. This is my oldest orchid, and I've left it with this to see how it goes. And this is my only orchid in glass that we were experimenting, that Jack drilled holes in the vase, and you certainly see green roots, and it hasn't been watered for a week. It's once a week watering, lots of new growth. You can see the aerial roots are dry, but tomorrow they will get a good watering. And if you're not soaking in the sink and you're spraying it, then I do that. I spray them, let it run through, let them sit for a few minutes. I do that about 3 times so that the aerial roots have time to absorb some moisture. In about a 10-minute period, I come and go and I put them in the shower and I spray them again. Okay. And into the kitchen. So the dendrobium is still here, getting a once-a-week watering. I can't put them out yet. It gets quite cold at night still. But this orchid here has lost a couple flowers. I have all my misters on. Of course, those are the experimental ones. Lots of good growth here. So I have, as you see, these look dry right now. I don't worry. They get humidity from here. It's been very dry, but watering day they just perk right up. So these are lasting quite a few months. So being it's 20 to 9 right now, it's just getting a nice morning light coming in. A couple of these are going. I'll be trimming them off because they're like having fruit on your counter. When they're starting to go, then they encourage the others to go. So I'll be trimming that one back. These are just beautiful. Really big. And up here, it's my big lip. And there's the big lip. My plate I got for $20 at the thrift store that I enjoy every day. And if you notice, all my dishes underneath, the pots are sitting high, but there's water for humidity in all of the saucers. All of the saucers have water for humidity that will evaporate during the day. And in here is a flower that fell off last watering day. I knocked it. Okay. And here I have water in all the saucers. And So Go Vivian has just opened another flower on my little pyloric orchid, and 2 more coming. She's very prolific. She's done so well up here in the north window. She's done very well, and she does for the size of her. She's amazing. And she was changed from moss to bark. And over here I have the latest orchid, and even in the little pull-out dish I got from Joanne, this saucer, I have water, so it's getting humidity from underneath. And I do mist it, and when I'm misting, let me just grab my mister. Sometimes I say, well, I mist the outside of the pot. Well, what I do is just lightly, I mean, I don't stand there forever and mist the outside of the pot. And from a distance, I'll just give some mist for the leaves, get a teeny bit. I'm not soaking it, it's not an extra watering. So it's doing quite well still. And in this my little solarium. Things are okay in here. Lots of new growth, no new flowers. I'm hoping to see some, but good root growth. And that's a good sign. So I'm being patient for flowers. So now we're going to head out to the greenhouse. So we've had, because of the patio and redoing the spare room, we've still got some work here. The closet doors are out here for now, but have done a bit of headway out here. Okay, let's go outside. So the tulips are coming. And I sit here in the sunshine quite often and I say, oh, it's time to take a break. And this definitely gets a lot of the afternoon sun, all afternoon. And you know, I don't think all my tulips were yellow. They seem to have changed to yellow. The fern-leaf peonies, which I always enjoy, are about to open. Usually they're open by the end of April, usually. So they're a little later. But I have to show you what we've done in the greenhouse. It's a big change. So if you remember, my lemon tree and orange tree have been in garden pots for since about 2012, and they froze. The pots froze a bit, the plants, everything in here froze last winter with the unbelievable cold we had. We've decided not to cover the greenhouse. It's a lot of work. And what I did was I took out the pond, washed it out, and sold it. And where the pond was underground, our real earth under there. And what I've done is plant the 2 trees in soil. From now on, they stay here. So the roots are very protected because they're under the floor. And even though this was all ice because it was a pond last winter when it froze, it had never done that. There was solid ice here. And the waterfall was running, everything had froze. So now they're in, and I've got to go back and pull the dirt away, bit away from the base. It's a little too deep, but not much, only about an inch. And there is new growth, and there was freezing damage to the roots of the lemon tree, and it lost half of a taproot, but I'm hoping it's going to be so happy in here. It's going to have everything it usually has, but way better place for roots to grow. And instead of the pond for humidity, I took one of the bins that the pot sat in, and I filled it with water so it will get humidity. And I have a plan for winter, so we won't be losing them. And I'm going to be planting cantaloupes and melons here around it, so they'll get hot, because I have trouble keeping them going all year. So I have plants started. Cucumbers ready to go. And I have to plant these out soon. They're blueberries and honeyberries. They're going into the garden. We're not planting as many vegetables as I usually do. These are pots for the front wagon, and I'll be taking you out there. These pots will be zinnias. I had some of my own seeds and some that I've bought. And there'll be a few snapdragons I'm going to put in this one. So I have some cabbage going, some red peppers from my own seeds going, and over here I have some of these are my own seeds, and these are beefsteak tomatoes. And over here I have some plum tomatoes. And here I have my snapdragon started. So I'm going to be putting these, separating these soon. So they're just started there. Some are going to go in the front garden under Mom's window. So now we're going to go off and look at the patio. So we'll go this way. So there's my garden windows that face north. Oh, and there's the cymbidium that has been in flower for a long time. I'll soon be repotting it and splitting it into 3 smaller branches. So it's been in flower a long time, and it's lost a few stalks, but it's still very pretty. So over here, this is the way to the patio. These red pots will get lettuce and radishes and salad fixings. And over here, the ferny peonies are coming, yellow tulips. And then that used to be bank where this little patio is here. And it was steep and it went straight downhill. And Jack built it up and he worked hard. He had to do all the lifting. And we made a little sitting area. We want another comfortable chair for here yet, but haven't decided. And a barbecue. And now where this patio used to always be an outdoor patio. It had a roof, aluminum roof, which it still has. But it has special insulated foam that cost a lot, but sprayed on and is very, very good. This is now a 4-season room, but we can open every window and it's still a patio. So I'm going to take you in. Or maybe I'm not. Maybe the door is locked. You know, we'll come back to the inside after. Bye for now. Here I am walking down the west side. There are the 2 windows I have inside that get the sun from the west. And the walkway we put so that we now use a tractor to haul all the heavy stuff back, making things easy for as we age. A very old fountain that we've been keeping going for the birds. We like to make sure they have water because it's dry for them too. I hear Maggie. She gets jealous if she can't. Now these are our 2 big rocks we made years ago because there was a pond here at one time. And we took it out and we built little baskets out of chicken wire, filled them with all the rocks. And those are our 2 stones, and they've stood up really well. You can lay down on this one or sit on this one. And I thought I wanted to try cementing my one and only try at trying to cement a person. Sorry, but she still sits here. One day she'll be in a big truck headed out to the garbage dump probably. Anyway. So, more water for the birds. Here we picked up a little fountain that was $10. We haven't put it together, but we're going to put it here because Mom sits just in this window usually doing her puzzles, and then she can watch the birds bath. And so we're putting that little $10 fountain together. It's cement too. It was a good deal. Sorry about Maggie, she's jealous. And of course this is a wreath Rosemary made on Mother's Day for us. Hi, Allison. And this is where our chicken wire, that's our chicken wire eagle we made over there. And our chicken wire lady, and she will be pulling a wagon full of flowers. And the spring flowers are just coming up. And of course we live in Raven subdivision, so I painted the little sign, Raven Home Sweet Home, and there'll be a pulling flowers, and the lamp lights up at night, and it's chicken wire too. And the spring flowers are out. And that's our patio from the outside, and I'll be taking you inside in a minute. Bye for now. So here's the door that was locked that I couldn't get in. And it's patio door, so it is also screened, so we get lots of airflow here. And this is our look from the patio door. And of course here we have a little a beer fridge because our fridge is very old in the kitchen and there just isn't room. And our freezer. A dragon is guarding it all. And all the windows along the side all open. So this is looking east. The only east windows we have, but now we have lots of them and lots of airflow. So in the summer we still have lots of airflow and there's always a wonderful breeze here. We kind of have a panoramic view. This is a sort of sofa bed for when there's company, extra company. And this is where Jack and I sit and have coffee and stare at the sky, read a book. And a little table where we can sit and look out the window and play crib and I lose all the time. And this was aluminum roof that was sprayed with real good insulation. I actually have a piece of it. Ugh. It's way thicker than this, but and it's very, very good, which makes this so we can use this room all year round. But being it's the cool side of the house, it never did get hot over here. So it's still a patio when all the windows are open, and very nice. So we still have a lot of snow left up on those hills to come down. So, and I'll just show you. So we had to paint all this and all the walls and then get everything in place. And of course this is the flooring is still cement. This is what was here. And there's some aggregate here. And to make room in the spare room, we moved my computer out here. So this is where I'll be sitting to do this video. So that's it for now. Bye.